Hello snowboarders of the internet, I am your host TC and today I will be reviewing the Capita Aeronaut. If you're interested in this board or any other products that I mention in this video, make sure you're going down in that description and clicking those affiliate links so you don't have to go search around the internet and hope that you're getting the board that you're looking for. The Capita Aeronaut is equipped with Capita's Alpine V3 directional camber profile. So what that means is you're gonna have a lot of camber in between your feet, and as you get to the tip and tail, it is going to mellow out. So you will have a zero camber in the nose at the contact points here, and it's just gonna go camber all the way through the tail there. So what that's gonna do for you is that's gonna give you all of that crazy pop, drive, and power that you're looking for, but that flat section in the nose is gonna make it a little bit easier to get in and out of turns. The Aeronaut is offered in a 153, a 155, a 157, a 159, a 160, a 156 wide, 158 wide, 160 wide, and a 165 wide for the big dogs. I rode this board at Copper Mountain where it was a beautiful sunny day. The night before we got just a dusting of snow, and those conditions really varied as you went throughout the mountain. So on the lower part of the mountain, it was softer in the shade, there were some firm spots, and up top it was just brick like it was the middle of winter and they really haven't gotten snow. That dusting that we did get though, it pretty much made that surface unrideable just because of how warm it got and just turned it into that Velcro snow that was really just slow, and as good as it looked, you just wanted to stay away from it. As the day progressed, it got pretty windy and it just turned really dark. Nothing new fell that day, but you know, it was just enough to be like, okay, the light got a little flat, gotta pay attention a little bit more to what I'm doing, but overall, still a great day, can't really complain about it. I did use my Ride Fuse boots and my Jones Mercury phase bindings. When we're talking overall flex on the Aeronaut here, it's definitely coming in at fairly stiff, where it's gonna be stiffer than the middle of the road, but it's not gonna be that plank. And it matches that when we're talking torsional stiffness as well, just so you know, it is gonna be pretty stable there. But as you flex into this board, it does have a very fluid flex to it, even though there is that slight flat spot in the contact points here. You don't feel that at all. It definitely feels the same from the nose to the tail, so you don't have to worry about it having like a directional flex or anything like that. When you do press into this board and really flex it, you notice it just wants to spring right out of that, return back to its original shape. And it is extremely stable as well. This board, you're gonna wanna stay low and be powerful on because it just wants to charge. It wants to go and it wants to go fast. It is gonna be pretty much on that lively side, I would say. You're not gonna be feeling everything coming through the board, but you will feel that you're going over those icy spots, those uneven spots. It doesn't make the board feel unstable by any means. You can still just charge through those spots and be totally good to go. If you guys caught my review last year, you definitely know how well this board pops and how much it wants to be in the air. Taking this thing off of side hits and rollers is an absolute blast. You just load this board up and it's gonna pop you to the moon. And honestly, just like I said last year, it still has one of the best pops in the game. So you don't have to worry about not being able to make that gap or anything like that. It's gonna do it for you, no problem there. I will say you're probably gonna put a little bit more effort into this tail to load it up and pop it, but just wait for that lip or the edge of that roller and pop away. You're gonna be totally good to go there. It feels super stable on the takeoffs and on the landing, so when you do land, you can set the edge down and keep charging straight into the next hit, even if it is a little bit less than ideal, a little chunky or low visibility, you'll be all good to go. I mean, you guys have all seen Side Hit Euphoria, all of them, and I mean, that's exactly why he can do that. Apart from him being one of the best snowboarders out there, this thing wants to pop, it wants to get in the air, and it just feels amazing doing so. So I highly recommend getting this board just in the air, go to the moon with it, you know? While I have you here, you might as well like, subscribe, click that bell, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our scheduled programming. This board isn't going to be the most butterable because you don't have a rocker section in the tail or in the nose. It doesn't give you that nice platform to really hold on to with it, where When you go to butter this thing on the tail, you're pressing into it, you just feel this whole board loading up and it just wants to spring you out. So expect a little bit resistance there, but overall it's not terrible. It's not like you're trying to just like press a total carbon board or anything like that, but you are gonna have a little bit resistance. And the same goes with the nose. The nose is a little bit easier because you do have quite a bit more nose than you do tail on it, but still it's gonna be a little bit of resistance there, so don't expect it to be the most butterable board out there. It's made for getting in the air, not buttering around on. The one thing you have to note when carving on this board is you're gonna wanna stay low, be powerful, and put all of that power and pressure to the edge that you're carving on. If you don't do it, it's gonna kinda wanna just shid those turns and not really engage that edge as well as you would like it to. And I just found that out when I was just kind of trying to just cruisy carve it, just be kind of loose with it. And I realized it doesn't want to do that. It wants to get on edge and just have all of that pressure alongside that whole edge. You don't have to shift your weight back or forward on it. You can just keep it nice and centered and just drive into those turns. It'll hit every turn there is out there. As long as you do that, you'll be totally fine. As I mentioned before, it is super stable, so you don't have to worry about absolutely hauling ass and hoping that those large carves are gonna hold for you. It's gonna hold. You don't have to worry. Just don't be a little sally about it and actually put that power down, and this board is just gonna charge through it. And on those short, quick carves, it gets over nice and easy. You do have some taper in this board, so it does want to get over for you where you don't have to really worry about it actually just kind of getting stuck on one edge or the other. It's not gonna ride like that. You'll be all good to go. And yes, it will Euro carve. You don't have to worry. I would say try to do it on a smoother run or something like a fresh groomer. But hey, if you do it in a little choppy, wetter zone, you'll be all good to go. This thing wants to power through all of that crud. Rider in mind. This board is made for that advanced rider that really wants to just fly all over the mountain. They want to be able to pop, they want to be able to charge, but then they'll still be able to take it in the park if they decide to, after all those side hits have gotten beaten, rolled over by all of those little stupid skier kids that don't understand what they are. But it's definitely for that advanced rider. You could be a higher level intermediate, but you might get your ass kicked on it. I'm not making any promises there for you. If you're looking for another way to get involved in the Angry Snowboarder community, head on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP. What is it, you might ask? Sure, I could explain it here, but we have a great video over there getting into it really in depth. I thought this board was just as much fun as I remember it was. Last year I rode it in the 57, this year it was the 59. I'm not sure which one I like better. I know it's gonna soften up, so if it was my daily driver, I might actually ride the 59, but overall, super fun board. I can't really stress this enough. If you're not a super confident rider, I would not recommend this board to you. Just because the other day when I was riding it, I saw somebody riding the last year's version and this person didn't know how to turn. It looked like they were having a miserable time. They were just like side slipping the whole mountain going down, and I just had to sit there and watch them to be like, what's this guy doing? That's not who this board is for. If you're not linking turns, absolutely carving aggressive and popping to the moon, you're not gonna get everything that you want out of this board. It's like buying your 16-year-old daughter a Porsche 911. It's not gonna work well. She's not gonna get everything out of it, and neither will you. So just keep that in mind. This thing is super fun. It's got all the pop in the world. And I mean, Longo's my favorite rider, and this is one of my favorite boards for sure. Definitely one to look out for. And I mean, this top sheet just looks so sick and red, especially when you get it into that sunlight. Comparable boards, the K2 Commonwealth, the Nitro Alternator, and the Yes Pick Your Line Unink. Recommended bindings, the Union Force, the Jones Mercury, and the Salomon Highlander. And as always guys, I've been your host TC, and this has been my review of the Capita Aeronaut. If you're just wondering how come we didn't talk about it on rails or jumps, well, go ahead and go watch my last year's video on this, and it'll give you all that extra information that I didn't talk about this year.